জেলখানায় ফাঁসি দেওয়া হয়েছে সেগুলি হয়তো তথ্য পাওয়া যাবে, কিন্তু ফায়ারিং স্কোয়াডে যাদেরকে মারা হয়েছে কোর্ট মার্শাল করে তাদের সবার খবর কিন্তু পাওয়া যাবে মুশকিল। মানে আমি জানি না পাওয়া যাবে কিনা, তবে আমরা এটা খবর নেব, খোঁজ নেব এবং এই ব্যাপারে আমরা দেখব। এবং এই পরিবারগুলি তাদের যে অসহায় অবস্থা সেটাও আমার জানা আছে, কারণ এরকম যারা আপনজন হারিয়েছে আমিও তো তাদের একজন, কারণ আমরাও তো সমান ভুক্তভোগী, কাজে আমরা এটা জানি। তারা ক্ষমতায় আসছে অস্ত্রের মাধ্যমে, ক্ষমতায় আসছে বন্দুকের জোরে, এবং তাদের সৃষ্টি ওখান থেকে, ওই বন্দুকের নল দিয়েই সৃষ্টি, অবৈধ ক্ষমতার থেকে সৃষ্টি। তো এখন লন্ডনে বসে ফিউজিটিভ হয়ে নানা ধরনের এই বাংলাদেশের ভিতরে একদিকে বাংলাদেশের ভাবমূর্তি নষ্ট করা, আর আমাদের তো কিছু লোক থাকে পয়সা পেয়ে ভাড়া খেটে যতবার বাংলাদেশের বিরুদ্ধে অপপ্রচার চালাতেই থাকে। কারণ এখানে পয়সা, মানি ম্যাটার্স, অত মোটা অঙ্ক পেলে, কারণ এত টাকা পয়সা সব যেভাবে বাংলাদেশ সব অর্থ তো চুরি করে নিয়ে বিদেশে আয়েসে দিন কাটাচ্ছে। সামান্য কিছু টাকা আমরা উদ্ধার করে এনেছি, সেটা খালেদা জিয়ার এক ছেলের টাকা, আর বাকিও তো আছে, এবং তারা ওখানে ভালোভাবে সেগুলি ব্যবহার করছে। ব্যবহার বাংলাদেশের মধ্যে কিভাবে গোলমালটা পাকাবে, আজকে এখানে বোমা হামলা, কালকে ওখানে মন্দির ভাঙা, কালকে সেখানে মন্দিরের উপরে কোরআন শরীফ রাখা, সবকিছুই তো কারা নিয়ন্ত্রণ করে, কোত্থেকে আসে? এটা তো তদন্তে বের হচ্ছে। এখন তো ডিজিটাল বাংলাদেশের সাথে একটা সুবিধা আছে, সিসি ক্যামেরা দিয়ে তো বের করা হয়েছে যে কোথা থেকে, আরো তথ্য বের হবে। খালেদা জিয়ার জন্য এত দয়া দেখাতে আমাকে বলেন, আপনাদের তো কেউ এই প্রশ্ন করলে আমার মনে হয় আপনাদের একটু লজ্জা হওয়া উচিত এই ধরনের কথা আমাকে বলার, যারা আমার বাপ মা ভাই আমার ছোট রাসেলকে পর্যন্ত হত্যা করিয়েছে। তারপরেও আমরা অমানুষ না, অমানুষ না দেখেই তাকে আমরা অন্তত তার বাসায় থাকার ব্যবস্থাটুকু, আমার এক্সিকিউটিভ অথরিটি আমার হাতে যতটুকু আছে আমি সেটুকু দিয়ে তাকে বাসায় থাকার চিকিৎসার ব্যবস্থা করে দিয়েছি, বাকিটা আইনগত ব্যাপার।
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today stressed the need for making best efforts to develop blue economies by the Indian Ocean Marine Association IORA member states. The Prime Minister said this while a delegation of 12 IORA member countries had a meeting with her at the Prime Minister's office in the capital today. She said IORA member countries should put all-out efforts to develop the blue economies. Prime Minister's Press Secretary Ihsanul Karim briefed the newsmen after the meeting. During the meeting, the delegation members also stressed the need for making a collective effort by IORA nations for development of blue economies. Sheikh Hasina also put emphasis on strengthening the bilateral relations among the IORA countries. About controlling the coronavirus pandemic, the Prime Minister said they have successfully brought the COVID-19 pandemic by taking various timely and effective measures. Speaking on the occasion, each of the delegation members highly praised the role of Sheikh Hasina in containing the COVID-19 pandemic and her strong role in the COP26 conference. They also highly lauded Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's dynamic leadership for Bangladesh's stunning development. Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen moderated the meeting while Principal Secretary Dr. Ahmed Kaikaus was present. Indonesia has vowed to offer strong message to Myanmar to repatriate its Rohingya nationals. Indonesia is going to send a strong message to Myanmar for resolving the Rohingya crisis, visiting Indonesian Foreign Minister Retno Marsudi said while paying a call on Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at the Prime Minister's office in Dhaka today. Prime Minister's Press Secretary Ihsanul Karim briefed the newsmen after the meeting. Sheikh Hasina said more than 3 years have elapsed. Bangladesh is looking after the forcibly displaced Rohingyas, saying it is a huge burden on Bangladesh. The Indonesian Foreign Minister conveyed her country's president's greetings to the Prime Minister. Later, South African Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Dr. Pandor, who is also in Dhaka to attend the 21st IORA meeting, met Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The Prime Minister told Dr. Pandor that the struggle of Nelson Mandela and father of the nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was the same as both the leaders made tremendous sacrifices apart from languishing in jail for a long time. The Sri Lankan Foreign Affairs Minister Professor G.L. Parison, in a separate meeting, highly appreciated the economic progress of Bangladesh, especially the online connectivity and business and bank cooperation and social safety network. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina mentioned about the micro-savings programs of the government. Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen and Principal Secretary Dr. Ahmed Kaikaus were present. Britain has shown interest to work with Bangladesh on alternative energy. Lord Tariq Ahmed of Wimbledon, UK Minister of State for South Asia, the United Nations and the Commonwealth of FCDO, expressed the view when he paid a courtesy call on Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at Ganu Bhavan in Dhaka this evening. After the call on, Press Secretary Ihsanul Karim told the newsman that during the meeting they also discussed various issues, mainly the issue of climate, British-Bangladesh trade and Rohingya issues. British minister said he met many Rohingya refugees in Cox's Bazar and said they praised Bangladesh's Prime Minister and the government. Sheikh Hasina said some of the Rohingyas have been shifted in an island and providing them various jobs and education, as well as making them skilled so that they do not become burdened returning back to their home. Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister Dr. Ahmed Kaikaus and the British High Commissioner to Bangladesh Robert Chatterton-Dixon were present at the time. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said patriotism and loyalty is a must for the country's development. The development of a country can be done only being imbued with patriotism, she said. The Premier said this while participating in the discussion on a condolence motion over the death of sitting Awami League lawmaker Muhammad Akbar Hossain, elected from Tangal 7 constituency in the parliament today. Earlier, sitting of the session started with Speaker Dr. Shireen Sharmin Chaudhury in the chair. She said development of the country was only possible when the work would be done with honesty. Referring to the country's uplift that has been achieved only in the last 12 years, Sheikh Hasina said this development was not possible if Awami League government would not have worked with honesty and loyalty.
একাবরের মতো একজন নিষ্ঠাবান সৎ কর্মী আমরা হারালাম। আমি মাঝে মাঝে চিন্তা করতাম যে আমার পরে যারা এদেশে বা বিশেষ করে আওয়ামী লীগের নেতৃত্ব দেবে কারা দিতে পারে, দেবার মতো সেই রাজনৈতিক প্রজ্ঞা, রাজনৈতিক দূরদর্শিতা, রাজনৈতিক সততা এবং নিষ্ঠা এবং আদর্শের প্রতি নিষ্ঠাবান, তার ভিতরে একাবরও কিন্তু একজন ছিল। আমি সবসময় এটাই চিন্তা করতাম যে সে করতে পারবে, কিন্তু আমাদের দুর্ভাগ্য যে আমরা এই ধরনের একজন কর্মীকে হারালাম, যা আমাদের দলের জন্য যেমন বিরাট ক্ষতি, ঠিক তেমনি দেশের জন্য। কারণ দেশের উন্নয়ন করতে হলে নিষ্ঠাবান হতে হবে, দেশপ্রেম থাকতে হবে। দেশপ্রেম উদ্বুদ্ধ হয়েই একটা দেশের উন্নতি করা যেতে পারে, সততা নিয়ে কাজ করলে উন্নয়ন করা যেতে পারে। তাছাড়া যে করা যায় না সেটা তো আমরা ৭৫-এর পর ২১টা বছর দেখেছি। আজকে মাত্র ১২ বছরের মধ্যে বাংলাদেশ যেভাবে উন্নতি করেছে, সে উন্নতিটা কি সম্ভব হতো যদি সততা নিষ্ঠার সাথে আমরা কাজ না করতাম? কখনোই হতো না। আমরা তো এদেশের এমনও দেখেছি নিজের দেশের অর্থ অন্যের হাতে তুলে দিয়ে সেই অর্থ আবার কমিশন হিসেবে খাওয়া। এর থেকে লজ্জার কথা তো আর কিছু থাকতে পারে না। আমার দেশের প্রতিটি পাই পাই টাকা দেশের মানুষের উন্নয়নে ব্যয় হবে, দেশের উন্নয়নে ব্যয় হবে, দেশের জন্য কাজ হবে। আর দেশের সকল মানুষের উন্নতি মানেই তো নিজের উন্নতি। তো সেই ধরনের নিষ্ঠাবান নেতৃত্ব আমাদের দেশের জন্য যে কত প্রয়োজন সেটা আমরা মর্মে মর্মে উপলব্ধি করি। আমি মনে করি যে যাদেরকে আসলে আমরা তৈরি করছিলাম, আমি ভবিষ্যতে দলকে যেমন নেতৃত্ব দেওয়া, সেই সাথে সাথে দেশের উন্নয়নে যারা অবদান রাখবে, তেমনি একজন নেতাকেই আমি হারালাম, একজন সংসদ সদস্যকে হারালাম। সেটাই হচ্ছে সব থেকে দুঃখজনক।
Chief Whip of the opposition party Mushir Rahman Rongo, Begum Mutia Chaudhury, Deputy Leader of the opposition GM Kadir, and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir took part in the condolence motion. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid has said power should be used for welfare of the people. He said this while interacting with public representatives, dignitaries and persons from different walks of life at Kishorganj Shilpakala Academy this evening. The President said that power has to be used to discharge responsibilities, whether it is government officials or public representatives. It should also be ensured that power is not misused, he added. Referring to the elections, the President said that everyone, including the people's representatives and the administration, should try to ensure that the elections are free and fair. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid called upon everyone to unite to prevent juvenile gangs. The President also highlighted the problems faced by Kishorganj during the interaction. Member of Parliament Mohammad Afzal Hussain and secretaries of the President were present. Earlier in the afternoon, foreign students studying at President Abdul Hamid Medical College in Kishorganj paid a courtesy call on President Mohammad Abdul Hamid. Welcoming foreign students, the President said that Bangladesh is becoming one of the preferred destinations for foreign students to attend medical colleges in good atmosphere. Highlighting Bangladesh's development progress in the health sector, President Mohammad Abdul Hamid said that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's bold and timely actions enabled Bangladesh to successfully deal with the corona situation efficiently. He emphasized the need to make the health sector more active and dynamic to deal with problems like corona in the future. The President expressed hope that foreign students will contribute significantly to the development of health sectors in their home by learning from Bangladesh.
Bangladesh has shown a great improvement in terms of medical education. The country is becoming one of the preferred destinations for medical students around the globe. I hope you will help strengthen the healthcare sector of your native country with the knowledge, skills, competence, and you will acquire at this institution.
Principal of President Abdul Hamid Medical College, Professor Dr. A.N.M. Naushad Khan, briefed the President about the overall activities of the college. President secretaries were present. Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh Vikram Kumar Doraiswamy made a courtesy call on Speaker Dr. Sheen Shamin Chowdhury at the Parliament building today. During the meeting, they discussed Friendship Day to be observed on December 6, economic emancipation of the country's womenfolk, government measures toward making a non-communal Bangladesh. The Speaker said Bangladesh and India are set to jointly observe the Friendship Day on December 6, marking the completion of the 50th year of diplomatic tie, which exemplifies pure friendship between the two countries. Bangladesh and India are contributors to each other in every sphere, including trade and commerce and culture, she added. The Speaker sought continued Indian cooperation in Bangladesh's economic development and expansion of trade and commerce. The Indian High Commissioner hoped that cooperation between the two countries will stay uninterrupted in fostering bilateral interests. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir has said stern organizational actions would be taken against the people if they sent the name of troublemakers, removing the names of the devoted activists of Awami League for nomination in Union Parishad elections. The minister made the remarks while virtually addressing the triennial conference of Shingra Upazila unit of Awami League in Nato district. Obaidul Qadir said BNP is hatching conspiracy to come to the power, taking shelters on the shoulders of communal forces.
দেশব্যাপী তৃতীয় ধাপে নির্বাচন প্রচারণা চলছে, সামনে চতুর্থ ধাপ। যারা দলের নির্দেশ মানছে না, মনে রাখবেন সব কিছুরই নজরদারি রয়েছে। কারা আজকে দলীয় প্রার্থীর বিরুদ্ধে বিদ্রোহের উস্কানি দিচ্ছেন, তালিকা তৈরি হচ্ছে। আমি নেতৃবৃন্দকে বলবো, ত্যাগী নেতারা দুঃসময় আওয়ামী লীগে থাকবে, কিন্তু বসন্তের কোকিলরা দুঃসময় আসবে, তাদের খুঁজে পাওয়া যাবে না। নির্বাচনে টাকা খেয়ে লোক পাঠাচ্ছেন, প্রকৃত কর্মীকে বাদ দিয়ে খারাপ লোকদের নাম পাঠাচ্ছেন। আজকে যদি ত্যাগী কর্মীরা দায়িত্বে থাকে, তাহলে খারাপ উদাহরণ কোনোদিনও সৃষ্টি হবে না। গণতন্ত্রের মুখোশ পরা একটি দল ক্ষমতায় থাকাকালে কতবার গণতন্ত্রের বস্ত্র হরণ করেছে। নির্বাচনের কফিনে গণতন্ত্রকে লাশ বানিয়েছে। এখন তারা ক্ষমতায় যাওয়ার জন্য গণতন্ত্রের ফেরিওয়ালা সেজেছে। এই দলটির নাম কি? বিএনপি।
With Shingra Upazila unit of Awami League President Advocate Ohidur Rahman in the chair, the conference was virtually addressed, among others, by Awami League President member Abdul Rahman, Organizing Secretary SM Kamal Hussain, and State Minister for ICT Division Junaid Ahmed Paulo. NATO District Units of Awami League President Professor Abdul Quddus and General Secretary Shafiqul Islam Shimul also spoke on the occasion. And moving on to international news. Authorities in the Indian capital Delhi have shut all schools and colleges indefinitely amid the worsening levels of air pollution. Construction work has also been banned until 21 November, but an exception has been made for transport and defense-related projects. Only 5 of the 11 coal-based power plants in the city have been allowed to operate. A toxic haze has smoothed Delhi since the festival of Diwali. COVID-19 global death toll crosses 51,33,000 and over 25,52,98,000 people have been infected globally. Besides, more than 23,7,84,000 people have recovered from the virus so far. Meanwhile, the US has now 4,81,61,000 confirmed cases and 7,86,000 deaths, with new 1,282 deaths in a day. Russia has now over 91,82,000 confirmed cases and more than 2,59,000 deaths, with new 1,240 deaths in a day. Bangladesh reported 6 COVID-19 deaths and 266 new infections today. Directorate General of Health Services DGHS in its routine daily statement today said the death toll has risen to 27,934 from coronavirus, and the tally of infections has risen to 15,73,214. The recovery count rose to 15,37,224 after another 257 patients recovered. The statement said 1.35% of 19,670 samples tested positive. DGHS statistics showed of the people infected from the beginning, 97.71% recovered and 1.78% died. The statement said of the 6 deaths, 2 are between 51 to 60 years and 4 are between 61 to 70 years. 2 out of the 6 people died were male while 4 were female. DGHS informed that 2 people died in Dhaka Division, 1 died in Rajshahi Division and 3 died in Sylhet Division. Bangladesh Road Transport Authority has conducted a drive against overcharging in buses in the capital today. The mobile court fined some buses who are charging extra fare from the commuters. It also taking actions against those who do not show newly fixed fare chart and charge extra fare at CNG run transports. The mobile court is also sending some transports for dumping. Passengers are expressing mixed reaction over newly fixed transport fare. Some bus conductors are charging extra fare but did not answer properly about the reason. Transport owners and workers said a coordination is needed with BRTA to refix new fare in some roads in the capital. Newly appointed ambassador of the European Union to Bangladesh, Charles Whiteley, made a courtesy call on Commerce Minister Tipu Munshi at the Secretariat today. During the call-on, they discussed various issues of bilateral interest, including the existing cordial relations between Bangladesh and the European Union. The Commerce Minister called upon the European Union to work together for achieving the targeted economic growth in Bangladesh. The newly appointed ambassador of the European Union to Bangladesh, Charles Whiteley, expressed hope that the existing cordial relations between Bangladesh and the European Union will be strengthened in the days to come. Visiting U.S. Deputy Assistant Minister Kelly Kidderling paid a courtesy call on Prime Minister's private industry and investment advisor Salman F. Rahman at Bangladesh Investment Development Authority office today. During the meeting, Salman F. Rahman called upon U.S. traders and investors to invest in Bangladesh during. He also expressed hope that prevailing relations between Bangladesh and U.S. will be strengthened further in future. And now news on sports. Argentina qualified for the FIFA World Cup 2022 from the Latin American region as a goalless draw against Brazil. The Copa America champions joined Brazil as the second South American team to qualify for the tournament. Their place was confirmed after Chile's 2-0 defeat by Ecuador. In the other matches of Latin America region, Bolivia beat Uruguay by 3-0, while Colombia drew 0-0 with Paraguay and Peru beat Venezuela by 2-1.
Headed away well, back in by Fred, hit the woodwork.
Rakib Manik of Asian TV became champion at a shooting event of Crab Sports Festival organized by Crime Reporters Association of Bangladesh. Shahriar Arif of Channel 24 became runner-up. Earlier, executive of patron organization FM Iqbal bin Anwar inaugurated the tournament. Crime Reporters Association of Bangladesh's president Mizan Malik and sports secretary Saif Bablu were also present on the occasion. A total of 42 players took part in the competition. And to end the bulletin's headlines once again. Adoption of the Dhaka-Glasgow Declaration in COP26 conference outcome of leading role by Bangladesh in climate diplomacy, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at a press conference. Many resorted to violence by cleverly not participating in union petition elections. Actions will be taken if any Awami League member commits violence, says Prime Minister. Stern actions will be taken if names of troublemakers sent for nomination in UP elections, removing names of devoted activists of Awami League, warns Ubaidul Qadir. BRT's drive against overcharging and sitting services continues across capital. Death toll from coronavirus rising again in United States. Number of deaths processed 51,33,000 worldwide. And Argentina draw with Brazil in 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifier. That's all from the news for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, dear